What is up, everyone? It's Austin, and we are back with another episode of my $10 PlayStation Collection series. We've been building up a huge PlayStation collection, starting with just a $10 build by going to game stores, thrift stores, pawn shops, finding items that we could possibly flip, and then we use that flip profit to build up this giant collection. To start off this video, I got more games that I wanted to talk about. The PlayStation Showcase just happened. The Xbox Showcase, the Summer Games, and the Nintendo Direct all happened. And I feel like gaming is in one of the greatest positions that it's ever been in. I wanted to ask you guys, after seeing all these trailers and game releases, what are some must-play day one games that you guys are gonna get? I personally don't get a lot of games on release, but there are some games that I'm super excited for and can't wait to check out. Throughout the Summer Games event, they released a trailer for The Last Ronin, which I'm super excited for because I really haven't played much of the Ninja Turtles, and I just read The Last Ronin book on comics. It's gonna be such a dark and intense story with this video game. Then we got Stranger Than Heaven, which is something way out of the blue. When I first saw Snoop Dogg, Tori Kelly, you got Otto singing, and then they showed a trailer with Tupac in it. So to have that set in the Yakuza storyline and universe, it's gonna be super fun to check out. Then Xbox did their showcase, and it felt like we jumped back in time to 2008, where they're showcasing a Halo game, a Gears of War game, and then also Fable. And Fable is what I'm super excited for. Probably the #1 game on my to-play list. I hope it captures that Fable element in gameplay that the previous games had, and really expands on it all, especially when it comes to discovering the world, communicating with NPCs, and just the fighting, the combat, and the story. I didn't really spend too much time looking into Clockwork Revolution, but after seeing the trailer and just the setting overall, the Industrial Revolution, it's one that's definitely on my must-play list. Along with Vivarium, which is one that kind of came out of the blue. It's got that Studio Ghibli animations, so we'll for sure be checking that one out on release. And then Nintendo did their Direct, and a lot of it I'm not too excited for. I did play some of the Star Fox demo, and definitely brought me back to the N64 era. I think the two games that I'm excited for, and probably all of you guys, are the Zelda Ocarina of Time remake, which I actually did not play and complete that on the N64, so would love to jump back into that. And then also Kingdom Hearts 4. I haven't played any Kingdom Hearts game. We'll be waiting for them to release the HD remakes of parts 1 through 3 on the Switch. And then yeah, we'll probably be playing part 4 as well. But again, what are you guys most excited for and your must-play day one release pickups that you guys are gonna get? Back to this collection though, we're just gonna stay on the grind, go out, find items to flip, and then build up our collection. Back at the game showcase, and we got some sales. First item we sold is going to be down here. It's going to be the Skylander Portal. We still got 2 of them left as well, and this one is for the Xbox One. We sold this one for $31. Picked it up around 10 bucks at a game store. The second item we sold is going to be a Blu-ray, and it's this Bronx Tale, filmed by Robert De Niro. We sold this one for $16.50 and picked it up for around $2 to $3 at a Half Price Books store. It's the next day, and I just sold another one of these portals, so we're gonna quickly get this one packaged and shipped with this bunch as well. This sold for $31, and we still got one more remaining. Let's go ahead and get this packaged and shipped. After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. For our first stop, we're checking out this Savers store, and in the game section, got some PC games on the top shelf, some big box ones, and this Mysterious Island disc. Then down here we got some PlayStation 3 games, a lot of sports titles, nothing too crazy. This NBA Live 10 is always an interesting one, and then Motion Explosion, one that I've never seen, a Kinect game on the Xbox 360, probably not worth picking up though. Then we got NCAA Basketball 09, and I know this one holds a good amount of value for $5 as well, and it is 25% off Thursday, so we'll be picking this one up for sure. Along with this Head Coach 09 on the PlayStation 3, and I picked this one up in the past before and flipped it, so I think it does go for around like 15 bucks. Moving on to the electronics section, and I just found some power cords for an Xbox 360, and it had for $8, so definitely not grabbing that. And then also this Sony FM radio. Not really seeing much else here, so we'll just be grabbing these two for this quick little visit. Alright, so after a 20% off coupon and a $2 off coupon, we're looking at around $7 for these two items. Made our way to another Savers store, and we're in the game section right now. They got this top row of stuff. Lots of PS2, PS1 games. Unfortunately, this one is not in here though. I'm not even gonna open it because it's gonna break apart. Found this Time Splitters 2. Unfortunately, it is broken as well. Everything seems to be broken, and everything is $9 here as well. Driver, some DS games up here. This would have been cool to pick up, but I don't know. Actually, the case is in there. We'll debate on this. Actually, I don't think it's worth anything. What is this? It is a PS1 game. But check this out. It's a Metroid Hunters game here for $9, and I might pick this up if it's worth it. It's got the cart right there, and then I'm also seeing this Sonic Unleashed for $9. This could be a fun one to pick up too. And then I'm seeing this GameCube game. I didn't even take a look at this yet. That seems to be complete as well. Okay, we'll hang on to that. Other than that, we've got The Matrix, which I already have actually in the collection, and then some other games. Is this worth grabbing? Not sure. 25% off at this location as well, but we'll continue looking around. I saw some Blu-rays too. You know, I don't really spend too much time looking at the books, but these definitely caught my attention. These hardcover Star Wars books. Pretty old they look like. These would be fun to read through since they are like new stories. The New Rebellion, the Courtship of Princess Leia, and Visions of the Future. I had never seen these before too. Oh, I am seeing some of the smaller Star Wars books down here, paperbacks. Maybe I do scan some of these up and see if they're worth grabbing for $2. Decided to take a peek at the office supply section, looking for like some calculators and stuff, and yeah, stumbled upon this thing right here. Got a Traptanium portal, and it is for the Xbox 360. I got it marked for around $8. I actually scanned this up, and it's still selling very well on eBay for around like $25 to $30. So that's more than enough for me to pick up. Yeah, I actually told her to put like some batteries in there. Nice. Alright, so we got some good stuff. Ended up being $48 for everything. The Game Boy's what, 18? And then yeah, just the portal along with 3 games. Back at our game showcase, and we got another sale. Just sold this last Skylander portal. These are definitely popular still. And this one sold for $31 as well. We sold 3 of these for $31. We just made another sale, and it's gonna be the Show 25. This one sold really quick, and it sold for, I believe, $26 or $28. Got a couple of sales. Sold 3 items. First one's gonna be this Blu-ray. Blu-rays have been doing decently well for me, or I've been grabbing some good ones. This one sold for $15.50. The next item we sold is going to be this DS game, Nintendogs Dalmatians. Still very popular, I guess. And this one sold for $19.50. And then the last item we sold is going to be this Final Fantasy Rebirth. This one sold for, I believe, $28. Go ahead and get these packaged and shipped.
After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund.
So for this week, I actually wanted to head to a GameStop and do some trade-ins. We're going to go through our games and see which ones that GameStop does pay a little bit more for. I do have a ton of like loose discs that I'm going to probably bring over there because they do accept these as well. So we have like Spider-Man 2. This one, I think they're trading in for around like 13-14 bucks, and I'm hoping they're still doing like a 20% additional if you pre-order something. So we'll see how that works. We also got a copy of Cold War. Not sure how much these all trade in for, but Deception, Skate, I think trades in for like $3 as well. And then Black Ops, probably nothing. We got these all for like $1 a piece, so it'll be worth it either way. A lot of stuff we have on eBay still, and I think I'm gonna leave it up on eBay if we can get a little bit more for it. This Spider-Man Miles Morales, I've got this one. I bought this for like $1 or $2 at the pawn shop, and this PS4 version actually trades in for around like $9, which is a lot more than the PS5 version. So we'll probably do that as well. I think that's like pretty much it. We have a bunch of controllers as well, which I still have to test, but we'll do that really quick. I think I'm going to try trade in all my PS4 controllers. I have 3 of them, and then maybe some of the broken Xbox One controllers, and just see if they will accept it. In the past, they have never accepted them, so I just kind of stopped trying, but we'll see again. And I've got some controllers that aren't working. Do you guys take those at all?
Yeah.
Okay. Just handed the bag of games to the counter, and looks like we got a buy 2 get 1 free deal going on at GameStop this week. So we'll be looking to do that and maximize the most out of our trade credit. Spotted this Far Cry compilation, which I've always wanted to grab, along with the Silent Hill HD collection. Then we're in the PlayStation 2 section, and I found God of War 1, which we're still looking for. Unfortunately, this one had a bad label or a reprint. Other than that, I really didn't find too much. Got some PlayStation 1 games up here though. They finished processing all my games, and they were willing to give me around $117 for all the items that I brought in, so that's huge. I was not expecting that much at all. They also had a new game deal, $10 off if you get 2 of them. So we're gonna browse in here, and I spotted Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy on the Switch for $20. I feel like that's a great price, so it could be one for us to pick up and possibly just flip. And then in the PlayStation section, I found Killing Floor 3, which I did not know they released a 3rd one. And then also Lego Batman. I've heard great things about this game. But one game I wanted was this Astro Bot, and for $40, I feel like that's a great price. It did go down in value, so I do want to grab this one for sure. We're back in the car, and guys, I was not expecting to get over $100 for everything I traded in. Not sure what was so expensive in my lot, but let's check it out. Here's the receipt, and from looking at this, we traded Last of Us, which gave us around $280, Skate, which gave us $420, and then the DualShock controllers for the PS4 were $18 a piece, which is not bad. That's kind of what I was looking to get. But the Xbox One controllers that were all defective, broken, missing a cover, they gave us $12.96, $8.64, and $10.08. And then we've also got Mortal Kombat Deception, lose for $8, Bully $8. That's actually pretty high. And then Spider-Man 2, $16.80, not bad. They did charge us these battery covers for the Xbox One controller, so that was like $3. And then we ended up grabbing Astro Bot and GTA Trilogy for about $40. So not a bad one. Astro Bot is crazy. I totally forgot about the $10 off brand new games if you get 2 of them. I just grabbed the GTA Trilogy because it is still reselling on eBay for around like 25 to 30. So it's just a way for us to turn our credit into cash. We still have $83 on our GameStop credit,
the game selection really wasn't that great at this location, so we'll have to check out other GameStops, and we'll be able to use this trade credit for that. And it's looking like they gave us sealed copies of the game. It's nice that GameStop is doing that now. And also for Astrobot, sealed. Really excited to check this one out. I've only heard good things about it, and finally got my hands on a copy. But they did not take Cold War, Black Ops, and the Miles Morales, unfortunately. Not sure why. This one doesn't seem too badly damaged.
Here at our second GameStop, and looking to spend more of our trade credit, see what kind of deals we can get in the PlayStation 5 section. And I found Catan, this console edition. I love playing the board game version and would love a video game version as well. Expedition 33 for $50, not bad. They actually had some really good prices on some of these new games as well. 40 on this Mortal Kombat, and this game down here, this Realms of Ruin, was only 10 bucks, which any game for 10 bucks is a steal on the PlayStation 5, I would say. So definitely consider grabbing that one. In the PlayStation 4 section now, and just gonna see if we can do the buy two get one free. Just gonna quickly show you guys some interesting ones. These Five Nights at Freddy's could hold some value, but I found God of War 3 Remastered, and I do need this one for the collection. I know it released on the PS3 as well, but I would rather have the PS4 version because I would like to play and check it out. Now we're looking at the PlayStation 2 section, and I really didn't find too much. Spotted this Tony Hawk's Underground. If we can find some cheaper games just to add to the collection, that would be great. And then the PlayStation 3 section, I did find this Metal Gear Solid 4, which I completely forgot that I picked it up in last week's episode already. But I still ended up grabbing it here as well. We'll probably just end up trading it in or flipping it, or possibly just giving it away at some point in the series. Then we got Killzone Trilogy along with Jak and Daxter Trilogy. Headed back to the PS4 section, and I spotted Resident Evil Origins Collection for $20. This is one that I've always wanted, so I'll probably be grabbing that one. Also, Greedfall Gold Edition for $20 isn't bad. But down here I found Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which I do not have in my collection yet, so we will be picking this one up at around $25.
Made our way back to the car and picked up some nice items at the stop. Paid a good amount too. We still got like $20 in credit. And they did take that Spider-Man and Call of Duty Cold War game. They just gave me $15 in credit for that too, which is awesome. We picked up a PlayStation 1 game, Star Wars Rebel Assault 2, in really good condition, complete. Yeah, one that you don't see every day. I just grabbed this Fallout to possibly flip, I guess. I do have the New Vegas Game of the Year edition, so maybe I'll bundle it up and throw that up on eBay. We got Rift Apart. Holy cow, $25. Completely forgot about this one until I saw it, and I was like, oh yeah, I do need another Ratchet and Clank game. And then we got Resident Evil Origins, one that I've been looking for a while. And then we got God of War 3 for $25. Not the greatest price. I think this game only values for around like 15 to 20, but since we're using all credit for everything, I don't mind picking this one up. And I know this one originally released on PS3, but I wanted the PS4 version and would like to jump into this one eventually too.
And just like that, guys, we're back in the game room, and that wraps up the game hunting for this week. Let's take some time now to go over all our pickups. So starting off with our pickups from Savers, that thrift store has been super helpful in this series. I've been finding just so much stuff. Even though a lot of their items are priced pretty high, they have that 25% off Thursday, which really does help, and probably is the reason why they are able to price things up a little bit more, but I am still able to find some great deals. We picked up a couple of sports games, like Head Coach 09 on the PlayStation 3, and I've already picked this up before and flipped it. Hopefully this one goes quick as well. Along with NCAA Basketball 09. These are pretty well sought after still because they stopped making these after NCAA Basketball 10. Then we got a Nintendo 3DS game, this Metroid Prime Hunters, and we got this one for around $6 or $7. This one does value for around like 40 to 50. I haven't played much Metroid, so could be one for me to flip and add some more funds back to our collection. And then we got a PlayStation 2 game, Sonic Unleashed. And I don't remember this one too much, but I do remember playing it back then. They made a ton of Sonic games in this era. But we'll just be adding this to the collection. And then we got a GameCube game that we found, this Frogger Beyond. This is one that I don't see too often, but it looks like a top-down platformer of some kind. Then we got some pretty cool items like this Traptanium Portal. Haven't found one of these yet in the series, but even on the Xbox 360, this thing still values for around like $30. And then lastly, we found this Game Boy Pocket, a really nice colorway, this clear yellow or greenish color, and we picked it up for, it says $25, but 25% off, making it closer to around $20. I did get a chance to test it in the store, and it turned on perfectly fine. I also threw a game in here, and it seems to be working great. The screen is in excellent condition, so we'll be able to get a good amount back for this. We had a great trade-in at a GameStop, traded away a bunch of junk controllers and things that we found for really cheap, along with a couple of loose games, and I couldn't believe they gave us back around $120 in trade credit. So we were able to pick up a nice stack of games, and we still have like $20 in credit still. But we got some sealed games. Grand Theft Auto The Trilogy on the Nintendo Switch, and GameStop actually did give me a brand new and sealed copy. This is like a must-have if you do have a Nintendo Switch because the games run so well. They kind of ported over the mobile versions onto the Switch now, and so it runs a lot better, a lot crisper, and probably my preferred way of playing these. I didn't play much of 3 and Vice City, but San Andreas is an absolute classic. And then we also grabbed this Astrobot game. These were actually $10 off if you buy 2 new games, and this one I'm really excited to check out. I played Astro's Playroom, I believe, which was the initial game that released with the PlayStation 5, and it just showcased a lot of the console experience, the controller, the mouse pad, and the motion controls, and yeah, it was a fun little 3D platformer. I believe this game kind of expands on that, and I'm really excited just to see all the references to all the first-party games, and I heard there's a lot of references to third-party titles as well. Then we took advantage of their buy 2 get 1 free deal, I believe. Picked up this Star Wars Rebel Assault 2 for $15. It's just a great PlayStation 1 game. There's a lot of aerial space combat, along with some like point and shoot and click style combat. Great PS1 cutscenes as well. Picked up a copy of Fallout 3 Game of the Year, and I'm just gonna bundle this up with my New Vegas Game of the Year edition and see how much I can get back for it. Pretty much turning our credit into cash. And then we got Resident Evil Origins Collection. Finally got to add this one to my collection. I haven't had a chance to play Resident Evil 1 and 0 yet, but it's still got that strange like corner camera view perspective and the original style of movement, which is a little bit more difficult to navigate with, but we'll take some time to check these out. Then we got Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Totally forgot this one had released on the PS5, and we do need it for our collection. The graphics in this look incredible. Pretty much just your third-person shooter with a nice storyline, almost Pixar-esque. It introduces like a multiverse and introduces a new character called Rivet, which is the same kind of like animal species as Ratchet. I would think goes more into the background of these characters. Lastly, we picked up God of War 3 Remastered, and this game looks incredible for the time that it came out. I believe in like the 2010s. I don't know much about the original God of War games and the story, but we'll eventually have to check this one out. But yeah, guys, I would say it was a really successful week of game hunting. Got some excellent games to add to the collection. We also got one God of War game to mark and tally on our whiteboard, along with one Ratchet and Clank game. But that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you guys all for tuning in for this week, and I'll see you all on the next one.